Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller. I am doing a remake of my video about when you are brought up in a dysfunctional family situation. So that's what this video will be about. Basically, the reactions in the people that were abused in the dysfunctional situation, whether it's a home or any type of relationship or whatever, even an orphanage or something like that. So we're talking about people brought up in dysfunction. First of all, note that people brought up in dysfunctional situations will think and behave differently about things than other people that were not brought up in that way. Doesn't make them bad people. It does sometimes make them damaged, broken people. One of the things that you'll see possibly in someone that was brought up in dysfunction is all or nothing thinking, or black and white thinking as it's called. Sometimes this is also known as polarized thinking. And what it is these people view life in a either this or that, in a very extreme way. All this or all that. There's never any middle ground. Either a day is a great day or it's a terrible day. Either someone hates them or adores them. Either they are a talented person or they are an utter failure. They'll say things like, oh gosh, he canceled our date, he must have another woman. They'll automatically think the worst or they'll automatically think the best, but it's either extreme. It's thinking either they're a total failure or they're a total success. So for instance, somebody trying to lose weight that's been brought up in dysfunction may say something like, oh, I am an utter failure, I am worthless, I'm hopeless, I will never get this weight off, I give up. So they catastrophize, and we're going to be talking more about catastrophic thinking a little bit down the line. Another trait of someone brought up in dysfunction is overgeneralization, using the words never or always a lot. She never picks up her clothes. He's always late. If we look at this seriously, it's definitely an exaggeration, the never or the always. You don't always forget your car keys. You don't always miss the bus. You don't always goof up with your spelling words or how you talk or how you say things or whatever. If you look at things honestly, most people have lapses, yes, but it's not an always thing. Another thing is they may say things like, all women want is a guy's money, or all men want is physical things from women. He always acts like this. Again, let's look at this carefully. Does he always act like that? Chances are no. He's not going to always be mean. He's not always going to take your money. He's not always going to yell at you. Of course not. Does that mean that because he doesn't always do it that it's okay for him to do it? No. But it does mean that you can't say somebody always or never does anything. In fact, if he always is yelling at you and always hitting you, he needs to go get some help, and you need to get out of that relationship if it's that extreme, if it really is. Another thing about dysfunctional people, people that were brought up in a dysfunctional environment, is that they tend to dwell on one thing. They become very obsessive over one particular topic or situation. For instance, they may have a tiny drop of chocolate on their blouse and go nuts thinking, oh my god, there's this huge stain, it's like a puddle, there's a river of chocolate all over my shirt. And you're looking at them like it's a dot. I can't even see it unless I get really, really close like this. And I really don't want to see you up that close because I'm not like that. So, yeah. But you're thinking, oh wow, it's like huge and I can't wear this shirt. I could never go out in public. I'd be the laughing stock of history. If you hiccup during an oral presentation, for instance, you might say, I totally screwed up my presentation. It was a disaster. Nobody is going to believe what I said. It didn't come off as believable, even though other people that have critiqued you are telling you it was a wonderful presentation. And you're totally baffled because you're thinking, well, I hiccuped through it. How could it be wonderful? And if you really got up close and personal with the people watching you, they'd say, you hiccuped? We didn't really even notice. I mean, honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking more on some of the traits of people that have been brought up in a dysfunctional environment. Thank you.